Few years after the birth of the V-Strom saga, Suzuki introduces the most demanding model to this date, the 1050DE, with its bets mainly placed on new off-road capabilities. The V-Strom first appeared in 2002 as a 996cc model, which was highly ambitious for off-road use. Many variants and updates followed, all retaining the same trail concept. This year, there are two variants of the V-Strom: the DE, or Dual Explorer, version and the basic XT, closer to the original concept. This most recent iteration still has the traditional V-Strom double-framed aluminum frame and the V-shaped two-cylinder engine, except that the standard version frame differs a bit from the one used for the DE version, especially by the angle of the steering column. With its newly designed rectangular headlight, now LED, and overall thin and tall look, the new shape brings to mind another legendary model from the company called the DR800. The rear is quite small, with a small bench seat and a secret side bag storage that will soon be accessible. Compared to the screen fitted on a standard model, the one on the 1050DE is shorter but still affords good protection and adjusts easily using ordinary tools. The real oddity, however, is provided by the new 21-inch wheels fitted for the first time on this model variation. In fact, there is patent desire for better handling on poor ground from the various technological elements. A great torque, perfect elasticity, 1037 cubic centimeters are sufficient to develop 107 horses. This performance is almost the same with that of some three-cylinder engines. Of course, this is not an entirely new engine, it is only improved compared to the previous generation. Suzuki decided to use forged pistons and sodium-filled hollow exhaust valves in order to reduce running temperatures and get the highest achievements of this power unit. The ride-by-wire throttle and updated 6-axis IMU powertrain enable 3 engine maps with dedicated power delivery in electrical assistance settings, including AG mode, which specifically caters to off-road and gravel riding. This setting allows for rear wheel slippage, adjustability, and kicks in when things get too tense. These yield a wider working range off-road for the first gear, and RPM lower at cruising speed for the 6th gear. Other new characteristics of the transmission include raised gear ratios of the 1st and 6th gears. The final drive has also been changed. It now features a bigger 45-tooth rack in place of the 41-tooth one on the previous model. Further assists are provided by the Suzuki Clutch Assist System hydraulically assisted clutch that includes a few more added benefits. The slickness of shifting is accompanied by the added bonus of an integrated startup aid that automatically modulates engine speed to prevent wheel slip. Perfect balance, along with constant power and instant access to full torque, characterizes the nature of this particular engine. You always feel like you're in the right gear, as you can use any gear, and with the new smooth shifting gearbox, you always get a great response. Not to mention that for the first time on the V-Strom line, a bi-directional quickshifter has been implemented. The clutch is indeed a bit stiff, but the gears shift fairly well, although it does still require some power to the left pedal. The V-Strom has long been reputed to be an excellent all-round player. Years of evolution have seen the model retain comfort, performance, and looks. But this time, the Hamamoto family has gone a step further with the DE model, creating a motorcycle with most noticeable benefits well away from the sealed stuff. Although starting with the same frame as the XT version, many modifications have been made to make this V-Strom more versatile. The geometry of the frame's steering column was changed from 25.4 degrees to 27.3 degrees. That should be allowing the bike to be more stable when riding off-road. It also features a handlebar widened by 4 centimeters. The swing arm is also lengthened to give the bike extra ground clearance of 190 millimeters. This is further enhanced by the new Kayaba suspension, featuring 170 millimeters of travel and a fully adjustable 43 millimeters inverted fork. Though it has the feel like it's going to be more road-oriented standard setup, the factory setup is outstanding. The 168mm monoshock only features preload adjustment at the back. Wheels and tires round off these larger changes. Suzuki is using for the first time 17-inch rims in the back and 21-inch rims in the front. The Dunlop Trailmax Mixtor tires look great on these rims. A Tokaco set with twin 310mm discs and radial mount monoblock calipers with ABS provides the braking, and it is supplemented with a 260mm rear disc with ABS that is detachable for off-road driving. This is a suite of electronic driving assistance systems fitted in this model, and it is known as the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System, or simply SIRS. The other features that complete the offer are cruise control, engines maps, ABS with variable action depending on slope along with load, hill hold, to keep the motorbike stationary for 5 seconds to facilitate uphill starts in an easy and safe way, and low speed assistance, which compensates any reduction in revs and clutch actions when starting off, all in order not to let the engine speed fall below the normal idle value. These features are in addition to the standard traction control and ABS, which is able to be adjusted to suit the way you ride and personal taste. A few buttons both grips control these features and associated menus that are shown on a 5-inch color TFT display, readable even in bright sunlight. Back to the electrics, the V-Strom gets a neat USB socket alongside the dash, as well as a 12-volt plug under the seat, which amounts to the same thing as a cigarette lighter socket. New V-Strom 1050DE appeals to the more adventurous customer by discarding the model's history in every key respect. Suzuki has tried when possible to introduce changes from the very beginning that maximize off-road use and thus open completely new frontiers of use, rather than just adding various rims and springs. The three most apparent feelings created are comfort, effectiveness, and ease of usage. Road usage is especially unexpected since, in spite of the unique features of this edition, its dynamic behavior is flawless. Due to the larger diameter rims in the front, it takes a bit longer from corner to corner, but that doesn't hold it back from sliding down meandering mountain roads at a thrilling speed. The handling is easy and straightforward to use once off-road is engaged, and further aided by the gravel mode.